Hello and welcome everybody, this is Grixx, and I did say that I was going to do a Boomkin talent video and show you guys my choices as well as the other available talents. If you watch my other videos, I go a little in depth into both feral and restoration if you need more information, but I will do a quick overview of the ones that I didn't choose. It won't be too excruciating detailed, but I did that in my resto video if you really need to know every single talent and everything they say. Otherwise, you can read them. But here goes. Feline swiftness, a 15% movement increase. I don't feel like I really need that as a boomkin. Displacer beast. I suppose if you really wanted vanish as a boomkin, that could be useful. But wild charge is definitely the best way to do it. Bear form, it's a charge. Cat form, it's a leap. Moonkin, it's a disengage. And travel form, it's a little leap, like etc. etc. You can use it as a desperate prayer, or sorry, my bad. A leap of faith, so you can leap a target. So that can be useful if you're a resto. But I feel like the disengage for the bound backward is much more useful. Like you could typhoon a melee, then disengage, get a lot of distance. Or you could just disengage, rocket boot away if you really needed to get away. The next choice I have, and I chose, was renewal. Nature swiftness could be useful in some respects, but I feel like that 30% health is better for survivability, especially if you're going solo without a pocket healer. Cenarian ward, I feel like it's more of a resto talent. I feel like the 30% health is more useful than getting whacked. I think the whole point of being a boomkin is just to stay away, so you shouldn't be getting whacked too hard, so you just should be staying away from them and using this in emergency situations. Fairy fire, swarm, it's like a slow. I explained it in my feral video a little more extensively, but I feel like it's not, the slow isn't really gonna help me overall. Mass entanglement maybe as a peel in arena. Maybe I want to use it if someone does need it in my group, depending. Because talents do not save in arenas anymore, like the changes don't stick. Typhoon, of course, it's blowback, really nice for Eye of the Storm, blowing people off cliffs, and just keeping melee away, or pets. Soul of the Forest, I feel like this could be useful, but I feel like the incarnation is a really big cooldown, and we really don't want to sacrifice for this. The last one is Force of Nature, which some boomkins choose, but I feel like, looking at the damage, I did a little burst video, and I have looked at the damage that Incarnation pushes out more damage, so I went with that. So, my level 75, I chose I sometimes choose Disorientating Roar if I'm doing war games and I don't want to overlap DR if I happen to be running with a resto healer, because it seems like there's a lot of resto healers looking for groups. But I did mainly choose Mighty Bash, 5-second stun, really useful. I did mess around with Ursul's Vortex at the beginning, which I felt could be viable. I felt like that until I started really using it, and sometimes the pullback wouldn't always work. So I felt like it's an unreliable talent. This Mighty Bash is definitely useful. It's really nice, especially if you need to keep a healer in a solar beam longer. You can root him, solar beam him, and then bash him right out of the root. So that can really be helpful. Or even if you need it as a peel, you can bash a melee and just sprint away or go in travel form. Level 90, I haven't really chosen. I would guess I'll have to do some messing around with these three once mob hits and I get level 90, but I did a little more in-depth. Heart of the Wild, we used to have to spec into it for if we wanted it. Now it's an actual talent. Dream of Cenarius, I explained this, it's got melee and caster healer properties and etc. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but Nature's Vigil, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to choose it, but I really don't know what I'm going to choose for these as boomkin, so for now I think I'm just going to leave it as when I get level 90 I'll mess around with these three, see how they go. But those are my choices for the boomkin talents, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and check out my other videos. I got quite a few. I have a boomkin burst video and a feral verse video if you're interested, as well as talent videos for restoration, Boomkin, and feral. This is Grixx out. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Yeah.